Is Beijing poisoning the South China Sea? This is what the Philippines has accused China of, saying that its fishermen are deliberately using cyanide in the contested waters. A move, it said, endangered both marine life and regional stability. The accusation centered around one of the Spratly Islands, a long-standing flashpoint in the region. Manila said Chinese fishermen poured cyanide into the waters that continued to witness tense and even violent confrontations. The Philippines National Security Council confirmed the findings. It said laboratory analysis was conducted on 10 bottles of water samples that were seized last year from Chinese fishing vessels near Ayungin Shoal, and the results tested positive for cyanide. Following this, Philippine Navy spokesperson called it sabotage attempt to kill local fish populations and to cut off a vital food source for stationed troops.
The cyanide testing was thoroughly and professionally conducted by the National Bureau of Investigation using established forensic and scientific protocols. The results are credible, transparent, and irrefutable. These were not casual findings. They came from laboratory analysis of bottles recovered directly from Chinese vessels operating in the area.
However, none of the personnel aboard the vessel had tested positive for poisoning, he added. Officials warned of serious consequences. Cyanide is a highly toxic substance and it could devastate marine ecosystems. It could weaken coral reefs, the very foundation of life beneath the sea. But the implications are far beyond the environment. The reef also supported a grounded warship, a strategic outpost for the Philippines. The vessel, the BRP Sierra Madre, is a World War II-era warship, which was deliberately grounded by Manila in 1999 to reinforce its maritime claim. Damage to the reef could compromise the ship's stability, as cyanide poisoning could erode the reef, and it is doing so. In the coming time, it could weaken the structure on which the Filipino troops were stationed. Now, the Philippine Navy reported of spotting a fresh incident, and another Chinese fisherman crew allegedly poisoned waters near the shoal just last month. Samples collected later tested positive for cyanide. Now, the allegations did not stop there. Officials claimed that the fishermen's ships were linked to the Chinese Navy, a charge that added a strategic dimension to what appeared to be an environmental issue. Following this, the Philippines National Security Council will soon be submitting a report to the Foreign Ministry, a move that could lead to a formal diplomatic protest. At the same time, the Navy and Coast Guard were ordered to step up patrols in the area. China, however, pushed back. China's Foreign Ministry dismissed the claims as a stunt. It called the allegations a farce, hitting back at the Philippines.
It is completely unbelievable and not even worth refuting. The Philippines has illegally harassed Chinese fishing vessels engaged in normal fishing activities, robbing fishing people of their supplies.
The bigger picture remains tense. Both nations have been locked in a long-running territorial dispute in the South China Sea. The Philippines had earlier accused China of disrupting resupply missions to troops on the vessel. Meanwhile, China asserts claim over almost the entire South China Sea, claims that overlapped with those of the Philippines, Vietnam, Malaysia, Brunei, and others. However, China's claims were refuted by an international arbitral ruling in 2016. Now, the latest escalation between the Philippines and China is an addition to growing tensions between the two nations that have been at loggerheads over disputed claims in the South China Sea.